This is Advanced Public Speaking for Bryant Kapellusch's class. Wisdom Scholarship finalist, Andrew Bryant.
Has this been a great meal or what? Man, I love Italian food. I could eat lasagna every night. Ask my wife, she refuses to go to Olive Garden with me because I love Italian food and I always want to go there, and she is completely burnt out on Italian food. I want everybody to give a round of applause for Todd. He's our teacher. And Todd's the reason we're here tonight. He's the mastermind behind all of this. And what he is, he's the camp director, and he's the one who plans the dinner, plans all the fundraising events, and he's the guy who goes to the camps and makes sure everything runs smoothly. And today we also broke a record of, we have 150 people here tonight, so we're real excited about that. And we are also having a silent auction as one of our fundraising events, and we'll have 15 more minutes still going on a silent auction. So whenever we're done here, don't forget to go by the silent auction one last time. And every year I ask Todd if he'll let us do a live auction. I love live auctions. Call it the small town person in me, but there's nothing greater than a live auction. You've got the auctioneer who's he sits behind this little podium, and he can talk so fast. It truly amazes me. I've always wanted to be an auctioneer. You know, they'll just sit there and they've got the guy holding up an item, and the auctioneer just sits and goes, 10, 10, 10, 10, that'll be 10, 10, 10, 10, going once, going twice, 15, 15, 15, 15, going 15, going 15, 15, 15, 15, going 15 once, 15 twice, 15 sold for $10. It always throws me off because then he drops back down, but that's the way it goes. And then you have the two guys who are standing out front flagging all the bidders, and that's one of the things that I always enjoy watching as the bidders, because they're so excited about getting a bid. You've got the air traffic control bidder, who's got his hands up in the air like this all night long. I don't know how he does it, but his hands are up like this all night long. And whenever he gets a bid, he'll yep. I don't get it, but he does. He goes, yep, yep, yep. And eventually his hands are like this, and he has nowhere else to do it, so he's almost hopping. He's just so excited. And but I don't have the energy to be that guy. But the guy I do want to be is the Eisman Trophy winner. The Eisman Trophy winner is the guy, he sits there and he'll point at the guy. Whenever he gets a bid, he'll point at him, he spots him. And then once ever he spots him, and they raise up their little flag, he does this Eisman Trophy pose. He goes, yep, I don't get it, but it's fun and it's exciting, and that's probably the reason Todd won't let me do a live auction in a year, because I get too excited about it. But the reason we're here tonight is because we all have a concern that our children are not spending enough time outside. A study done by Graham in his article, Children age 0 to 6 are spending as much time with TV and computer as they are spending outside. It revealed that our children are only spending 2 to 3 hours outside. That's a major concern for me. When I was a boy, me and my friend Zach and my best brother would always go out to this little creek behind his house. It was a little bitty seasonal creek, that thin little thicket, but we thought we were going to the woods, and we had our BB guns, and we were going to survive in the nature for the next 45 minutes to 2 hours. But we really thought it was just one of the greatest things in the world. And then my dad was the same way whenever he was a boy. My grandmother used to always tell me that the only way that she knew if my dad was still around was the fact that there was bread missing from the bread box, because he spent so much time outside that she never even saw him, it would seem like. And our children aren't getting that opportunity, and that's a very big concern for me, and that's a very big concern for everyone here. And that's the reason we have started Camp Broken Arrows, because we want to give our children an opportunity to get outside and exercise and have fun and just explore the wonderful world we have here. As we spend an average of 8 hours at work a day, our children, according to Nielsen in his study of children in multimedia, he learned that our children are absorbing TV, the internet, our cell phones, texting, and Nintendo for an amazing 7 hours and 38 minutes a day. That's as much time as I spend at work. That's actually more time than I spend at work, but don't tell my boss that. And whenever we, and the amazing thing about that is they're doing it 7 days a week. That's incredible. That's a 54-hour work week. As a matter of fact, we're told that after 50 hours, the human loses their ability to function in a very productive way. So most manufacturers and most contractors will not let you work more than 50 hours a week. So that's just an incredible amount of time being spent absorbing channels of the media nowadays. And then a Consumer Affairs article called Super Users wrote an article describing super users as children who are spending more than 16 hours a week playing Nintendo. 16 hours a week. That's 2 entire work days, a week where they are just sit there phased into the TV, you know, working their little thumbs, and it's just it's poor exercise for our children, and it's poor imagination for our children. And it's just really robbing our children of the privileges they have of being children. And what are the messages they're receiving for being a child, or from the media? They're receiving that they're not skinny enough for our little girls, and our boys are receiving the message that it's okay to resolve conflict with violence. Graham, in his article, The Effects of Violence on Our Children, found out that it's affecting our children in 3 ways. Our children are becoming immune to violence and horror videos, and their gradual acceptance as violence is a way to solve problems, and they will eventually become to imitate the violence they observe on television. And if you don't believe this, I want you to take a van of 5-year-old boys, just load them all up, stuff them in there as many as you can, and take them to the ice cream parlor, and just see how much fun they're going to have. They're going to have a blast. They're going to think you're the best dad in the world. And then next week, I want you to do something even greater. I want you to take them to the new Karate Kid movie. So I want you to cram all those kids back in the bus, take them to the Karate Kid movie, and on your way back, that van will not make it home with all those kids running around punching and kicking each other. Either you won't or the van won't make it, but it's a proof of the effects of media on our children. And I know this because it still has an effect on me, as a matter of fact. Our second point is that whenever we spend time outside, it improves our cognitive ability. According to Wells, in Nature Boosts Children's Cognitive Functions, she describes how that it improves our ability to think and improves our ability to relax. It's just a de-stressor for us to be outside. And that's what we want our children to be. We don't want them to be stressed out, media craving, hungry people. We just want them to relax, and we want them to enjoy their childhood. And that's the reason we want them outside and having fun and just being creative. And another wonderful thing about the outdoors is whenever you're outdoors, you can really learn things the way that you're supposed to. You can see it, you can smell it, you can feel it. And a prime example of this is erosion. Whenever I look at Webster's Dictionary in erosion, it says the gradual wearing away of earth by wind and water. That doesn't really describe anything to me. I don't know about y'all, but if I take the kids out into the woods, I can show them how the water is running down the hill, and it's picking up the soil and it's depositing it further downhill. And you can see the bare rock, they can touch it, they can feel the soil, they can see how it's thicker in some places and lighter in other areas, and which times it's going to be washing away faster whenever it's lighter and thinner. And that's what we want our children doing, is being able to learn outside and just really enjoy the world we have here. So that's the reason we're here tonight, is because we want our children to be spending more time outside. We want them to be getting away from the influences of the media that they're channeling in for 54 hours a week. And we want our children to be able to relax and learn better while they're in school. So please, everyone, as on your way out, I want to ask that you give Todd a big thank you for everything that he does for us. And I also want y'all to make sure and stop by the silent auction one last time and see if there's anything else y'all would like to bid on.